gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What they is, I'm gonna tell you what it is right here on Gunner's Profiles today. What it is real life, real talk by a real one who did that. Did you do that? Maybe you did. One never knows does one. I know I did, right? What it isn't is added preservatives. No fake shit, hoes. We ain't gonna give it to you fake. Now, order the Wack 100. Oh, pow! Boom! Straight out the Valle podcast. 2 P's with a B, my brother. You know what I mean? For once, and I mean once, I'm gonna have to agree with this individual. What a difference a fucking pinchy day makes, right? What a difference a day makes when you have no dollar. Now trip out. I'm gonna make you holler. I get paid to do the wild thing. Wack 100 confronted Poetic Flakko. Now, to what degree of confrontation? Kind of civil conversation, but a checking all in one. Now, one thing I can, and I hate to say it, but I got to say it with my chest, I will say about Wack 100 is he is from the West Coast. He is indoctrinated and ingrained with the education of West Coast politics to know at least a little bit into what goes on, and the intricacies and the details of to what can happen to you if you try to play West Coast politics and you don't know shit about the West Coast, right? This man has been incarcerated. He's done walk yards. He's done represented his hood. Lately, even with myself, man, there's been turmoil. There's been a lot of argumentative things going on. The man is not liked in a lot of circles, right? Man that got slapped up on stage at a game concert, took off, did it pushing. A lot of individuals are not feeling certain things that he does or he did because he likes to voice his opinion and put his opinion out there. He's rather opinionated. That's what they call it, man. Someone who's very outspoken, someone who don't give a fuck, right? And of course, there's repercussions for actions and for words that are spoken, and things can happen. We all know what's up with Wack 100. Everybody on the West Coast knows what's up with a Wack 100, right? You got to check in with them. Got to. If you don't check in with them, you're going to get fucked up, according to him. I don't check in with them. Anyways, now trip out. You got people like Poetic Flock, who's got a platform and a position and a spot on No Jumper. He works for Adam. He does his own podcast. He does his own thing. The man didn't just get there by not doing hard work and putting in his work and being able to fucking pull some strings and handle his business. Okay, we got to give him that. We give him just that, though. At the same time, what we won't give him is the keys to the yarda. We won't give him the right to speak on West Coast politics. If you don't know shit about the West Coast, shh, don't tell nobody, right? Every coast is different. Everybody has a different style, different flavor. Okay, I'm talking about the East Coast, the West Coast. What you mean, go to every coast? There's only 2 coasts. Well, of course, you got Atlanta down south, homes. I consider that a coast because they're motherfucking coasting down there, right? They're doing their things. And then, of course, you got up north, way up north, where they're Great Lake your ass in Detroit. They ain't playing, right? You got a little bit of everything going on and different estilos and different flavors. Now, to what degree of where this motherfucker Poetic Flakko landed from, I can't call it like an alcoholic, but I do know that he's come on the west side of the motherfucking land that's not even made for the average man. You know what I mean? And he's speaking on West Coast stuff. Case in point, all this stuff that went on with American Cholo and Tyga and all this West Coast things where it got real. It got real fast, right? And Wack 100 voiced his opinion on it. He told Flakko straight up, he was like, look, trip out on power rule, brother, right? He was like, you can't be speaking on West Coast politics and expect the West Coast not to rise up. Now, what he meant in that fashion was the Mexicans, right? The raza all came together, and we know how that worked out, 50 to 100 deep, right? To show, unity and to show solidarity and to basically say, take that fucking post down, Beachy Poetic Flakko, that you put up, right? Now, of course, Poetic Flakko, of course, tried to tell Wack 100, just like he tried to tell Adam, he tried to tell everyone, well, that wasn't me. That was a no jumper thing. You guys, I just signed my name to it. Once you sign on the dotted line, that becomes yours. That's your liability. That's you. You did that. I didn't. You did. On we go. You drink the fizzy lifting drinks. No fucking chocolate at the end of this rainbow for you. Order Willy Wonka. This is my chocolate factory. See you later. Okay? And I don't think Poetic Flock understands that. He didn't quite understand that once his name got signed on the dotted line, it now became his problem. Okay? Wack 100 is smart enough and educated enough. I don't know how that shit happened, but he's smart enough and educated enough to understand that, yes, Poetic Flock fucked up, and he checked him on it. He told him. Not necessarily checked, but gave him game. Gave him some of the best game I ever heard that man speak without yelling and screaming and just on some G shit, some player shit. You know, some old school Wack 100 shit. Some shit before the 6ix9ine interview. To the dick, ride to the dick. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Before the hung incident, right? He got back to real West Coast G shit. And I got to commend him and respect him for that. You know, just he gets a little bit. He gets a little bit. You know what I mean? Okay, we're done. That was enough. But he did tell him, you know, hey, before you find yourself involved in West Coast beefs, West Coast politics, and what we got going on out here in California, we warn you, we'll bomb on you motherfuckers, right? We do it different. We do it different. I'm not saying any other place like the East Coast or Atlanta or Texas or none of that ain't with the business, because they're with the motherfucking programa. But it's a different program. See, out here on the West Side, let me warn you about something, right? Everything here is political and gang related. Spence on Tira, that's just the way it is. I didn't mean for the shit to be like this. I was born into this shit, humps. We're not born with silver spoons in our motherfucking hands over here. Over here, we're born with extendos, right? It's different over here. Okay, extendos and bulletproof vests. But where's this diaper? He gonna shit all over the place anyways once they hit him with one. So that's just what it is. But I will tell you this. Wack 100 did let Poetic Flakko know to stop meddling and sticking his motherfucking nose in West Coast business. Okay, and I think that's some of the greatest advice you can give an individual like that. Because I'm not saying Poetic Flakko ain't about his business. I'm not saying he's not a down person. I'm not saying he's not willing to stand up like a man and handle his business, even though he was up under that motherfucking bed like, no, Adam, Adam, it was you, Adam, no, please, Adam, right? No, sir, Adam, right? I didn't do that, right? Now, you done that. Your name's on it. Adam was like, race war. Bitch, ain't gonna give me a mom tonight? That's all he was worried about, okay? Kind of left Poetic Flakko out there in the bushes, huh? Butt naked. Well, it'll be like that sometimes when you're dealing with someone of that caliber. He has a poker game to attend to. Meanwhile, you got 50 Mexicans at your door. Mister, orale, we're here. You know what I mean? We like your shoes. We like your pants. Why don't you take off your pants? Right? Orale, what's going to happen? What are you guys here for, Holmes? For good times. You know what I mean? And for a post you need to take down, bitch. Right? And that's just what it is. Of course, it wasn't like that. It was all civil. It was all love. You know, I commend again AD for doing his thing. You know what I mean? And for keeping the peace and increasing it as well. Real ones do real things. Now, Wack 100 hasn't been heard from for a minute. At least I haven't heard his fucking voice. You know, pow! I haven't heard it, right? I say it more than he does. The Vault's been MIA ever since he got motherfucking beat up from the feet up. But one thing I will say is when his voice is thrown out there, it's heard and it's felt. You know, I can't deny that. I can't deny that that man on the West Coast, man, does have a voice, right? Whether his voice travels in the circles righteously like it should, it might not be felt, but it definitely is heard, right? And one thing I will say about it is this is some of the realest shit he ever said to Poetic Flakko. Tap in, man. It's somewhere on YouTube. They got at each other. And he told Poetic Flakko, you know, keep your fucking name up out the mix, bro. Because when you're not from the West Side, Holmes, and you try to fucking involve yourself in situation, he was like, no, but it wasn't like that. But it ended up like that. It doesn't matter what it starts out to be. It's how it ends up. You know, you're going to find yourself thrown under the bus because let me tell you, we got some cutthroats on the West Side. They'll start some whole other bullshit hums and then dip out. Be all like Olive Garden eating free bread and shit. You know what I mean? While you're over there like, but see the way it was because Adam told, you know what I mean? And they don't give a fuck. Especially when you're an out-of-towner, hums, or an out-of-bounder. Someone that comes in and tries to give you knowledge that you can't get in college they don't know the streets. You got to know the calles. Okay, one thing about California politics is you have to know those streets. You have to be known in those streets. You have to have a little bit of respect on your name like the Birdman, right? You need a little bit of respect because if people don't respect you, then they ain't trying to hear you and they don't give a fuck about you, man. You know, you need to have hit that block one time. Bet that shit in the 6'4", riding on Vogues and bent spokes. You need to have had done some time on a motherfucking prison yard in California to gain that reputation and to know exactly what it is you're talking about. You can't talk about putting steel in man if you ain't never carried steel in man. Do you know what I'm saying? Wes does. Say what check, Wes. He knows exactly about that. Well, I don't even know if he carried steel. He might have just carried fucking paper. Either way, something was in his asshole, right? We know that for a fact. You said it. Fill him up with unleaded. He'll take half a tank. He got money. Real talk, Poetic Flakko just is unknowing. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. I sit back and I watch him on No Jumper, and he got that whiny voice, but he gets down to brass tacks, meaning he gets down to details. He knows how to ask the questions. He knows how to do his job. And it's a job, okay? But when your job crosses them barriers and that lines and it gets real life, because the streets is real life, right? Oh, it gets real ugly out there on them streets, especially in California on the west side, right? Motherfuckers can mistake you. They might mistake you for Rosie. Motherfuckers ain't playing. You know what I mean? They ain't playing out here. You know, people will get mad. They look for reasons to be mad. When you give them a reason, when you're disrespecting the raza, when you're disrespecting a member of the raza community, when you're disrespecting an Africano brother, when you're disrespecting a wood, motherfuckers are going to take it to the whole next level. Next thing you know, well, on the 4-yard, you know what I mean? We was a game. Well, hold on now, bro. This ain't the 4-yard, homie. This is Disneyland, right? What this is? Going Mickey ears, you know what I mean? We represent, you know what I mean? Nah, fuck all that. Motherfuckers is like, this is California, baby. This is how we do it. This is how we wiggle. We wiggle to a motherfucking Beacon gas station. You guys ain't heard that in a long time. A Beacon gas station, homes, and act like it's motherfucking San Quentin. Motherfuckers ain't playing. Motherfuckers all get off their fucking cars to fill up their gas tank looking around, homes. You gotta have a bolster and shit just to fill up your gas, because it gets ugly. You never know when motherfuckers that catch you lacking, they come up and they get you smacking, right? And that's just what it does in California. It's different. It's very different. So when you're out there and you got platforms like myself and so many others, Wack 100, you got Flakko and No Jumper, whatever the case may be, and he's speaking on stuff that he doesn't really know about or he doesn't quite understand, pobrecito is all I can say. What does that mean? That means he's going to get fucked royally, right? He don't want that. He don't need that in his life. And Wack 100 was, oh man, he's just the real one, right? Wack 100, I gave him the game. And I commend him for that. You know, if anyone's going to give another brother the game, is another brother, man. You know what I mean? That the respect is there. And Wack 100 is seasoned. You know what I mean? I ain't going to lie. When it comes to West Coast politics, he knows his shit. You know, sometimes those same politics will come back and bite him because of the way that he plays them. But there is no doubt, no denying that man does know what the fuck he's talking about in certain situations. You know, we're not always going to agree. We're not even going to agree to disagree. We're just stay the fuck away from me. We're just going to do it like that. But at the same time, I can't deny the deniability will be bullshit, right? I can't deny the fact that this man is a product of the West Coast, man. Spence on la tira. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. It works out that way. You know, I'm sure he feels the same about me. Fuck it. We here. Let me make sure what else I right since we're talking about the West Coast. Because, you know, we're not out of place over here. I will say this, and this is true. Poetic Flakko, I think was a scapegoat. I think he was thrown under the bus in the situation that he just found himself in. And I think the best thing, my brother, to do, and I'm talking to you, Poetic Flock, straight up, is to just carry on, man, and keep doing your thing, man. Ain't no one mad at you. Everyone sees it for what it is, man. You know, everyone knows Adam was the culprit in this shit. We know that nothing went out unsigned. You know what I mean? Nothing went out unsigned. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, man. The man continues to belittle the raza and laugh and smirk and race wars, race riots. You know what I mean? He's not caring because he's not caring. Now, he knows West Coast a little bit, right? He knows enough to know to stay the fuck up out the way and let you catch the heat for it. And he did that, right? Menudo. For those of you that don't know what menudo is, refer to some of my old videos and I'll tell you, right? But that's just what it is. I just thought it was funny that out of all people in the world, Wack 100 would be the one giving him the game. But then I thought to myself, you know what? I can't be mad at it. I got to be glad at it. It's better that he gets it and he gets laced up by someone that at least I know who's a product of the West Coast. Not the greatest product, but it's like he's like Juanita's can menudo to a real pot. You know what I mean? It's damn near, but it's not quite. So, you know, it's like a food stamp to $1. He'll make you holler. He gets paid to do some wild things, right? So, you know, he'll do something strange for a piece of change. So definitely he got at Poetic Flock when he told him, man, I seen that one coming. He said, did you see the Mexicans coming? Shit, I try to tell you. I try to warn you. That's how they come. Now, I've been in a lot of situations myself where, you know, you get caught up, you find yourself in a bad situation, man. And the best thing to do is own up and be a man and handle your business. Okay, you can sit there and you can try to talk your way out of shit. And you can sit there and you can give them every reasoning why it was a mistake or this guy said it. And you don't want nothing to do with that. But once you're in there and you're in the mix, and your name is on the dotted line and the beef is yours, so let's get the summer sausage is yours. Dispense off. Whatever you choose to do with it is up to you. You know what I mean? I can't give you the game on that one. You know what I mean? That's not West Coast shit. But one thing I will say is you need to ride your own beef, meaning you need to handle your own business. Period. And Poetic Flakko is of unknowns, right? He's publicity. He doesn't know. He didn't know. Okay. You can't expect a man, a transplant, someone that comes from a different state or a different city, to just ingrain himself in West Coast living. Yeah, you can live out here in LA, homes. You can live out in the Valle. You can live out in the motherfucking Bay, homes. Doesn't mean you're a product of your environment. Doesn't mean you grew up here on the soil where we toiled, homes. Doesn't mean that you're understanding the lingo, the language, the slanguage, the way we get down, home, the intricacies and the details into the way we does this shit in the West Coast way back, right? The way we do it. Okay, we do it a little differently. And everybody has a little different motherfucking stilo, right? Everywhere in California is different. But when you come out of fucking state from somewhere else, man, and you just try to ingrain yourself into what's going on like you know, the people are going to pay you no never mind, right? You know what I mean? Oh, they're going to pay you something, but it ain't going to be no never mind, right? Never mind. You read between them lines. Anyways, I just thought it was an interesting fact, interesting detail that, yes, Wack 100 did give him the game, and for once, man, he didn't even really yell at him. He just said, come on, Poetic Flock, we'll get it together. You know what I mean? Be real. Stop bullshitting and blaming other people for what you've done. Own up to your shit and ride that motherfucker wave out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. They wish they all can be California girl. Anyways, so ride that one. Orale before the big brown shark comes and gets you. Bang, bang. And I'm talking about Raza and Africanos. We ain't playing together for power. It's ugly on the West Coast. I'm telling you motherfuckers. I'm telling you, motherfuckers ain't ready. Shit, I've been here my whole life and I still ain't ready. You know what I mean? You got to stay ready, so you ain't got to get ready. Around this cap, that's the way we're laced up. That's the way we're born and bred. And I think Poetic Flock finally gets it. And I think although Wack 100 was the one that gave him the game, he got it from somewhere, man, and I can't be mad at it. You know, it's better to get it that way than to get it from 50 motherfuckers knocking at your door, homes wondering why, how, when, where, who. You know what I mean? Because that's when shit gets sticky and ugly and things can be misconstrued. And bang, bang, menudo all over the motherfucking wall. You know what I mean? Spence on la tira. Anyways, with that being said, I think Wack 100 did his due justice. I think he did what he was supposed to do, and that's lace up one of his brothers, man, and give him the game before the game gives him some game, right? And you don't want the game to give you game because the game is different, right? Especially out here in the West. You know, I know it's different everywhere else too, but I can only speak from what I know of. I can't speak on anyone else's shit because I don't know. I'm unknowing, right? And that'd be like me going to the East Coast trying to speak on some New York shit. Shit, homie, bug fitty. You know what I mean? I'm cool. I don't want none of that smoke. I'm good in the hood with it. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, when you grow up how we grow up, man, then you understand the only way to get it is to get up off your lazy ass and go out there and handle that. You know what I mean? No one, and I repeat, no one. This is California, baby. Ain't no one gonna do a shit for you. You know what I mean? If you want to feed your familia, you go out there and you feed your familia. If you don't, well, sabes que? EBT sometimes will help. And if not, then you're going to starve like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Starving like Marvin. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about Mr. Hagler. You know what it is, right? With that being said, if you like this, please hit that like and subscribe one time for your mind. I fucking highly appreciate you. With that thumbs up, that notification bell, it helps. It definitely helps. If not, thumbs down, heavy as the head that wears this crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the coming together of all people, so that way we can have social status of equality and fight the oppression. Oh, there ain't no oppression going. That's all in your mind. Well, guess what? I think my mind's going crazy because I know what it is, man. You know what I mean? I'm educated enough to know that I got some knowledge that I definitely didn't get in college. This is the gun. Bang, bang. You know what it is. Or the Poetic Flakko, he was like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Wack 100 was like, oh, Pablo, brother.